Hi guys, my name is Taylor and I'm a double diamond with It Works, and I just wanted to make a quick video talking about life posts and business posts and why those are important. So we pretty much have two jobs within the company: to bring in distributors and to bring in customers. And how we bring in distributors, obviously we want to be messaging and asking people, but what I really like to do is I like to let distributors come to me. I want distributors to see what I'm putting out there, to see my posts, and I want them to come to me because that means that, something sparked their interest. They need this business. They are struggling with money. They're struggling with time. And I feel like those people are more likely to be more motivated and, really need this business rather than me reaching out to somebody. So I really rely on my life and business posts to draw people in because that's how I get my distributors. I don't really message for distributors. So what I'm doing is Instagram. I'm doing a life post probably every other day, or a business post, sorry, a life post, business post. I'm using them interchangeably. And then I'll just do a regular post about whatever, maybe every other day, maybe every 3 days. I'm posting at least every other day on my Instagram feed. The goal is to post every single day. And if you go look at my Instagram feed, you'll see that most of those posts are business posts. Probably like every 3 is just a general post with a general comment, a general caption, I mean. So I feel like a lot of people, especially when they first get started, they struggle with coming up with business posts or life posts. And it's probably because, you haven't made any money yet. And I want you to know that every single distributor, even the top ambassadors, they started where you're at. They started making $20 their first month, $50 their first month, 70, but how you're going to unlock those big paychecks is from enrolling distributors, and you have to start somewhere. So I want to give you guys some ideas, and hopefully teach you how to come up with these business life posts. Okay, so the first thing I have for you is, if you're in my team, you're in a team page called the Millionaires Academy. And if you click on photos, you'll see albums. And in the albums, there's an album post, or there's an album called Business Posts. Click on that album and open up all of the comments. And there are probably over 60 business posts available to you to where you can copy and paste those and change it up and make it sound like yourself. Okay. Number 2, follow leaders that you can relate to. Okay. So my closest upline, sometimes I can't always relate to her. She's got 3 kids and she's in a different part of life, and I just got married and I'm not ready to have kids yet. And sometimes I can't really relate to her life posts. So I've followed other leaders that are my age that I can really relate to. And whenever I see, like a really good business post or life post that they put up, I will, on the right of their post, there's like 3 little dots, I think. You can click on that and save their post. And I save it to a collection that I made on Facebook, called business posts. So then if I, have like run a dry of ideas, I can go there and, kind of get an idea of what to do from theirs. Yesterday, my business post, I got that idea from Cheyenne Knox. I was actually scrolling through her Instagram and I was like, gosh, I don't know what to post about today. And I was scrolling through and I'm like, what caption, could I use that could really, like, what's going to spark something in my brain to write about? And she had one quote that she put in one of her business posts, and I used that quote and just ideas started coming. So follow other leaders and save their posts for ideas later on. Or like I did, just go to a leader's page, because most things are public, and just start scrolling through and you're going to get ideas. Another thing is if you feel like you have run out of ideas and you don't know what to talk about, and this is like a reoccurring thing, self-development. Whenever I listen to a self-development, podcast, book, YouTube video, there's always something that I'm like, oh my gosh, that was a really good quote. I can make a post about that. And I'll go into my phone notes and I'll write it down quick. Send someone, if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget. And I listen to everything because I don't have time to sit down and read. So self-development is huge. Excuse me. It's huge, and it's going to get those ideas flowing. And when you're listening to self-development, or even when you're listening to, like motivational Zooms that we have or that other leaders have, if you hear something where you're like, oh my gosh, yes, that speaks to me, write it down. And then you can go back to those notes and be like, oh yes, that was a good quote. And ideas will start to flow. As long as you're doing the self-development, things will flow. Even what I've done is I'll go to Pinterest and I'll type in like motivational quotes, and sometimes it takes me a while, but I'll scroll through and there'll be a quote that just pops up and I'm like, yes, I can relate this to the business. Okay. So what are business posts? What are life posts? They are inspirational or motivational captions, that talk about, where you came from, where you are now, and where you're going. And if you feel like you haven't really gone anywhere yet, well, why did you join and where are you going? Those are life posts. Those are business posts talking about what this business will do for you and what it can do for somebody else. Very simple things to do, which still count as business posts, are taking photos of your food if you're at a restaurant, and then saying something about how it works, pick up the tab, how your $100 bonus that you earned last week went towards a date night. How even if you haven't gotten a paycheck yet, It Works is going to pick up that tab eventually, right? So post it. It Works is picking up the tab tonight. If you get your nails done, show it. It Works picked up the tab on my nails. A boomerang of you getting gas. I swear I try to do this almost every time I get gas. I take a boomerang of either the numbers going up because it's like $65 to fill my tank up here, or like a boomerang of the handle and then back to the numbers, and saying It Works has paid for my gas for the last year, or It Works is paying for my gas, or whatever it is. Just talking about, showing people, really, you're trying to show people that what this business is doing for you and that it can do the same for them. So usually in my posts that I do on my feed, I am not usually saying the words "It Works." I'm usually saying this business, this side biz, this side gig, talking about how I work from my phone, and it gets people intrigued. People, they don't really know what I do. And that's when they comment or they reach out to me, and they ask what I do. When I am, talking about the business on my story, I always, when I am like really just like real in myself, and I'm like, I don't put on makeup, and I'm just like rolled out of bed, got my coffee, and I start talking about what the business has done for me and what it's going to do for me. I did that this morning. I just said, oh my gosh, good morning. I have to do a quick shout out about the business. Like today's my off day, and I just get this taste of freedom. I get to design how my day goes, and I'm just so excited for when, I can actually design how every single day goes, because right now It Works, I'm making more with It Works than I do with my real full-time job. Now, I'm not going to quit that yet because I have specific goals that I want to get to before I quit that full-time job, but I'm showing people that, like, I already know that one day I'm going to do It Works full time, and I'm going to be working from my phone full time. So I get to design how every single day, however I want, I get to design the day. And I talked about that on my story. And it was literally like 5 minutes after I got out of bed. And I had people reach out to me just from that. And so I want you guys to know that your business posts on your story don't have to be some like beautiful photo. You know, like the ones that we share in the team pages, those are really pretty pictures, and you know, it's got the phone and the laptop, and it talks about wanting to make money. Yeah, those are great. Use those. But people want to see your face. People want to know what the business is doing for you specifically. How are they ever going to believe that the business is working if you're not showing you? If you're just putting up these photos of somebody else's notebook and phone. So show you, talk about what it's going to do for you, even if it hasn't done anything yet. You have to believe, you know, why you joined. Why did you join? Did you join for grocery money? Talk about that. Talk about that. It Works is going to pay for your groceries next month, and how you're so thankful that you don't have to add the groceries up in your head when you're putting them in the cart to make sure that when you go to the checkout, your card's not going to decline, because lots of people have to do that. It's not just you. A lot of people do that. I got off track. What else did I want to talk about? I really think that's it. I just wanted to touch on the importance of business posts and life posts, and how I come up with mine is really like a lot of self-development, and then things just come to me. And when things come to you, like if you're in the middle of doing self-development and you think of like, oh my gosh, this would be a good post, stop and write out the post and then save that post in your notes. If, you know, on Sundays, usually I try to make a couple business posts because I have more time, and business posts take me a long time. Like the good ones, sometimes it takes me like longer than I want to admit to come up with this caption. But I really think that it is quality. Like you have to have quality business posts. If you're copying and pasting every business post that you do, people can tell. That's not really you. Another thing is when you're doing stories, obviously, yeah, you want to be talking in your stories, like I said earlier. But another thing is make your own stories with selfies of yourself or pictures of yourself. You know, you can tell your story on your story. So put a picture up of you, and then you don't even have to make it anything crazy fancy with all these apps. I mean, what I like to use is Canva. I know a lot of people like to use Over, but you don't have to use those apps. You can literally just use Instagram. Take a photo, upload a photo of yourself, and then you can just write text directly over the photo and say, you know, I joined It Works in this month and this is what I made. And it doesn't matter if it was $25, because if you're, you know, your second month in, your paycheck probably doubled. So then you can say, then in this month, my paycheck doubled and I was able to do this with it. Then now, or whenever, I was able to do this, this, and this. Next month, I'm going to be promoting to this rank, earning this bonus and this average monthly income. And it's going to allow me to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, you guys have to remember that people only want to follow people who know where they're going. Okay? If you're outside going for a walk and all of a sudden there's a fork in the road, are you going to follow the person who's like going like this, doesn't know where to go? Or are you going to follow the person who goes to the right away? You're going to follow the person that goes to the right away. They're confident. They know where they're going. Okay? So you have to show people that you know where you're going with this business. And even if you don't get there right away, it's okay. Because people, I'm going to be honest with you, people are waiting for you to quit. More than half, I don't want to say it's like, I want to say it's more than 80% of people come into this business and they quit because they didn't give the time. Put in the time, put in the work. People are waiting for you to quit. And when they see month 3, month 4, month 5 of you still posting about the opportunity in business, it's going to start to come. All right. So I hope this helps some of you guys. If you need help making business posts, please reach out to me or your upline or whoever, because those are very important in growing your team. That's the only way you're going to grow your team. So do those daily story and feed, and we are all here to help you. I hope you guys have a really good day, and I'll see you guys later.